Ever feel like you're drowning in a sea of entrance exams here in India? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. So, in this quick guide, we're going to cut through all that confusion and lay out a simple roadmap to help you figure out your future path. So, you've finished school. And then comes that one huge question, right? What's next? It hits millions of us every year, and let's be real, it can be pretty overwhelming. You've got all these options, all these different paths. It's easy to feel kind of lost. And that's exactly why we're here. Our goal is to just demystify this whole crowd of exams. We're going to break it all down, make it simple, and hopefully give you that little bit of clarity you need to make a great decision for you. Okay, but first, let's try a little mindset shift. What if these exams aren't just obstacles, these giant walls you have to climb? Think of them more like tools, or maybe even a compass. They're actually designed to help match your unique passion and your skills to the right path. They're a guide, not a gatekeeper. All right, let's dive in. First up, we're talking about the world of medicine, the gateway to healing. So, if you've ever dreamt of being a doctor, a dentist, or a pharmacist, well, this is where that incredible journey really begins. I mean, think about it. Doctors, dentists, pharmacists, they're more than just healthcare workers. They are literally the frontline warriors of our health system. If the COVID pandemic taught us anything, it's just how incredibly crucial these folks are. So, how do you actually get started on this path? Well, the big one you need to know is NEET. That's the National Eligibility Come Entrance Test. It's pretty much the single all-India gateway for most medical and dental colleges. Now, if you've got your sights set on the absolute top tier, like the AIMS campuses, they have their own separate exam you'll need to tackle. And for all you future pharmacists out there, the exam to watch is GPAT. It not only gets you into master's programs, but can also score you a scholarship, which is pretty awesome. And of course, don't forget to check out your own state's Common Entrance Tests, or CETs, for local colleges. And hey, the learning never really stops, right? After you graduate, if you want to specialize, you'll be looking at exams like the AIPGME for postgrad medical courses. And for pharmacy, if you want to get into those really specialized programs at the top institutes, you'll be looking at the NIPER J. There's always that next level to reach for. Okay, let's switch gears. We've talked about healing people. Now let's talk about building the world around us. I'm talking about engineering and architecture. I mean, from the smartphone in your hand to the tallest building in your city, it's all thanks to these brilliant minds. For engineering, the path to the very best institutes is kind of like a two-stage rocket. Stage one is the JEE main. Nailing this gets you into some amazing places, like the National Institutes of Technology, or NITs. But if you're dreaming of getting into the legendary IITs, you've got to be in the top percentile of JEE main. Only then do you unlock stage two, the JEE advanced. And this one's a different beast. It's less about just knowing stuff and more about how you apply it to solve really tough problems. Crack that, and you're in. And what about you aspiring architects, the ones who want to design the future skylines? Your main gateway is the NATA, the National Aptitude Test in Architecture. That's the big one you'll want to focus on. All right, next up, we're bundling three powerhouse fields together. These are the ones that really shape our society, our businesses, and, our sense of style and creativity. We're talking law, management, and design. So let's tackle these one by one. Want to get into law? Your main exam is the CLAT. It's the key to getting into almost all the top national law universities. Just a quick heads up, though. NLU Delhi does its own thing with a separate exam called ILET. Now, if you see yourself in the boardroom running a company someday, then the CAT is your big test. That's your ticket to the IIMs and other top B schools. CMAT is another important one to keep on your radar. And for all you creative souls out there, design is a whole different ballgame. Exams like the NID-DAT or the one for NIFT, they aren't just about what you know. They're about your creativity, your unique perspective, and how you solve problems. It's a really different kind of challenge. So we've hit the big ones, right? Medicine, engineering, law. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. The world of careers is huge. So let's do a quick rapid-fire round of some other awesome paths you might not have thought about. First up, agriculture. Think it's just about farming? Think again. This is about science, tech, and feeding an entire nation. The ICAR AIEA exam can put you at the forefront of innovation in food. Love people? Love creating unforgettable experiences? The NCHM JEE opens up the entire globe through hotel management, tourism, and event planning, a career that could take you anywhere.
For all the animal lovers, a career in veterinary science could be your calling. Exams like the IAVT can lead you to a career in research, conservation, or caring for our furry friends. Feel that call to serve? A life of discipline, adventure, and honor? The recruitment tests for the Indian Army and Navy are your first step towards becoming a leader and protecting the nation. And finally, what about shaping the minds of the future? If that's your passion, the NET exam is your key to a career in teaching and research. The bottom line is, whatever your passion is, there's an exam and a path for it. The possibilities are, and I mean this, truly endless. Whew! Okay, that was a ton of information, I know. But here's the thing. Information is pretty useless if you don't do anything with it. So let's talk about action. How do you go from thinking about it to actually doing it? Let's make a simple plan. Honestly, it boils down to just 3 simple steps. Step 1, and this is the most important one, so really listen. Look inside. Seriously, what actually gets you excited? What do you care about? That's your starting point. Step 2, once you have a direction, become an expert on the exam for that field. Know the syllabus, the format, the whole deal. And step 3, make a plan, a real, actual plan. And then you just start. That's it. That's how you begin. There's a great quote by Malcolm X that just nails this idea. He said, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. The prep starts right now, with you deciding to take that first step." So let's bring it all back to where we started. Remember that idea? That every exam is just a door to a new opportunity? Your real quest, your big adventure, isn't just about passing an exam. It's about finding the right door for the life you want to build. Because really, at the end of the day, the exam is just the key. It opens the door. The real question, the one that matters most, is this. After you walk through that door, what are you going to build? What kind of future are you going to create? That's the exciting part. And that is all up to you. Wishing you the absolute best on your journey.